Hello, my wonderful viewer. Good to see you and thank you for your eyeballs. Now, guess what? On this video, I'm going to share with you 10 things that you suppose or you must be selfish of for you to make money and succeed in the year 2024. No joke. This has to be the year. Let's get into the business. And by the way, do you know that I'm sharing this information with you for free? I'm not going to charge you even a single coin. The only thing that I want from you as a favor and a return is to, like this video and also comment down below and also subscribe. Why is the importance? Subscribing actually makes you be notified whenever I upload a new good video, right? Let's get into the business now. Point number one thing that you're supposed to be selfish of, no matter what. Yeah, you guess it right. It's your time. You must be selfish of your time. Okay? Why? Because time is what makes a lot of things. I have realized that a majority of the people are actually wasting their lives because of them exposing their time to be misused by anybody who does not even need them. That's for a fact. Can you just imagine this? We're only given 24 hours. The same 24 hours, you're paid 1,000 bob in a day. Some paid 300 in a day. Someone is making 1,000,000 or over that in the same time. Okay? So the point is this, it's actually one of the most important things that you can ever have in this life. Remember, there is a saying that goes, time is money. Okay, now give it to somebody who you know is bringing value to your life. This issue of just being somewhere with people who are actually sort of vibrating negative energy towards you, some people are just wasting it. And by the way, there are some people in your life do not even appreciate your time or something of sort. Give your time, quality time, towards people who are adding value to yourself. So one thing called time is a thing that you ought to look at it very, very keenly and carefully. And allow me to spend a little bit of time on this, because this is what ultimately brings people into their realization of their life. Or for example, you hit your 50 years and then you're like, wow, I really wish when I was at my 20s could have done this or the other and that. Okay? Some people usually comment on the section and tell me, hey, Joseph, I really wish I knew you like 20 years ago. I really wish I knew you 10 years ago. What are they referring to? They're referring to time. You know what they say? The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. And the next best time to do so, do you know is when? Is now. That's a fact and that's a reality, okay? Don't sit off this regret kind of a thing. So time is a quality thing that you ought to give yourself to people who you know are very important to you. Be selfish and to that, okay? Number two, finances, something called finances, okay? Finances is all about your money. Be selfish with this. When I say selfish, I don't mean like don't give people, don't help. That's not what I'm calling for. What I'm saying is this. If you realize that you're actually managing to live with people in your life for the sake of you having money, for example, I know this one is very much very relatable. Have you ever seen a friend in your life whom you realize that you're only friend when you're actually giving something out? And whenever you do not have anything, then you realize these guys, they don't even have your time. It's all about them, about money. It's about you supporting them and all those kind of things. Even some of the friends that you have in your life, you have to use finances to actually accommodate them. You realize the thing that they are doing, it's way above your weight, but you're still doing it because you're afraid that you're going to lose your friend. And I always love to give this example and allow me to use it again. You have this kind of friends, let's say maybe on the weekend they usually go for a road trip. And maybe that actually maybe consumes a lot of your fuel. And then you're like, because you don't want to miss in that group of viewers, then you have to pay that specific thing. And perhaps maybe you don't even love road trips. Maybe your friends usually drink. Well, you do, but it's not really a thing for you to drink. Then you're actually sacrificing your finances to accommodate them. Do not do that. And I always say there is something called the fit-in expenses. Fit-in expenses is that amount of money that you usually use so that at least you can be able to accommodate your guys out there and as you progress to the next level. Let me tell you one thing. The worst thing that you can ever do is to actually use finance to actually have the social life. That's the worst thing you can ever do. And you're not going to get what we call the sincere friends. So be selfish with your finances. And if you have to get them out, obviously do so with a budget, especially the family members. And I always talk about family members because, hey, in Africa is quite a real thing, okay? So if you have to help them, of which I encourage you to do, but has to be done in a way that at least does not affect your savings, does not affect your emergency fund, does not affect, because at the end of the day, you come first, then the rest. Yeah, that might violate what the Bible says, but anyway, I stand corrected, but the fact remains you ought to be a little bit selfish for you to succeed in life. And that's why people say these wealthy individuals sort of have a selfish kind of a lifestyle, and they are mean, they are stingy, they are miser. They are painted all those kind of names. But guess what? You're supposed to be, I usually say this, you'd rather be a little bit selfish when you're growing, but once you make it out there, then be philanthropist, help people and all those kind of things. So finances is quite an essential thing that you ought to be selfish about it. Number three, brother, is your goals. Everyone and anyone out there, I believe they have goals. The difference is that you're not disciplined enough to focus towards achieving your goals. I know right now you've already bought the 2024 diary you're about to write, or what you'll be doing. I know you are saying you'll be writing all those things down there each and every day. Trust you not, you won't even do that for the next week. We know that, and I know you already know that. So, okay, so the reason why a lot of people, like, by the way, if I ask you right now, you already have a goal. Everyone on earth has a goal. The problem is, whenever it comes to them paying the price of actually achieving the goals, that's where they draw the line. What do I mean? Point is this: be selfish with your goals. If your goals says, or you see, everything has a repercussion. For example, if I say, hey, this year I want to save 1,000,000 Kenyan shillings. This year I want to save 10,000. This year I want to save an X amount of money. Do you know it has a ripple effect? It has repercussions. For example, say I earn 100K. 100K, out of that 100K, I have to make sure that I save at least 50,000 of it. Do you know what that means? I'm left with 50,000 to survive, to cater for my family, eat, drink, and all those kind of things. Therefore, it means me hanging around with friends, it's not catered for in my goal. So if I do not become selfish with my goal, which says for me to achieve my goal, I have to save 50,000, then it means that I have to violate that to accommodate some people out there. So it means you ought to be selfish for your goals. You have to be selfish. Whatever it says your goal ought to do, then you have to do it. For example, if you're looking forward to having the six-pack, you gotta get big chest and what have you. It means having like 1 hour for training in each and every day, and maybe that 1 hour collides with you hanging around with your friends. Then so be it, because that's what you're looking forward for. So be selfish towards your goals, and that is the only way that you can be able to achieve the greatness in the year 2024. All right, let's go to the point number 4. The point number 4 is the boundaries. Is the boundaries. It's always good to let known your boundaries. Let's be good to be known. Hey, I cannot overstretch beyond this. This is my limit. I cannot go beyond this. For example, I'll give myself a very simple example. I do not drink. I have never taken alcohol. All the glory to God. I've never done that. The point is this: I do have my own principles, and my friends do. By the way, I think close to every one of my friends actually drink. So you can just imagine, it's just an awkward moment when we are meeting with them and then they do drink. Okay, but now they already know. Whenever it comes to alcohol and everything, I have my own boundaries, okay? I do not take it. Even if it means me losing you as my friend, so be it. But I cannot violate my own principles to accommodate you guys. That's for a fact, okay? So it is good to establish that boundaries. And also, maybe from your friends, it's also good to know, hey, I don't lend money into this basis, okay? I do not do this. As far as my money is concerned, this is where I can go. This is where I can stretch. I cannot go beyond this. It's always good to be known. Hey, guess what? Joseph does this. Joseph doesn't do this. So the moment you do exactly that, you actually telling people, hey, this is not what I do, and you can be able to progress to the next level. But otherwise, you just remain boundaries. Some people or any person can just infringe your privacy and all those kind of things. It means you actually violate some of the things. Maybe you say you want to have like 2 hours of reading, you want to have some things to do with the valuetainment and all those kind of things, then you're going to get yourself into lots of problems. It's always good to make sure that at least you are selfish with your boundaries, and make sure that at least, well, of course, you set boundaries that does not make you again an island, where you don't even appreciate the social life. As much as we are talking about the finance, also the social life is quite important, but finding a delicate balance between the two the most essential thing that you can ever have, because anyway, both of them actually plays a very vital role in our lives. I mean, after all, if you get all the money that we have on earth and you got no friends or you are just alone on earth, it doesn't make any sense. Okay, so it is good to make sure that at least there is a boundary. There is where you can stretch, there is not where you can actually go. Let you be known by those things. Number 5, we go to number 5. Number 5 is actually none other than health. This is a thing that a majority of the people don't even talk about. People concentrate on wealth. They forget about the health. If there is something that is very vital and essential that you ought to be taking care of each and every day, is your health. Do not just eat junky out there. You become sort of lazy, you gain overweight, you are predisposed to some non-communicable diseases like diabetes type 2, blood pressure, and all those kind of things, even cancers. So it is cancer. So it's good to make sure that at least you become selfish when it comes to your health. All right? If to you, maybe taking alcohol will actually detriment your health, so don't take it. Okay. The other thing, if it means you not taking some X amount of money, or rather some sort of, some type of foods and what have you, so be it, for the sake of your health. Okay. So that at least you can stay put. Remember one thing, there's no way you can be productive. Usually, there is this saying that goes, a healthy nation is always a wealthy nation. When we say a nation is nothing without the individuals. And those individuals are the one collectively makes a nation. So it's always good to make sure that you prioritize your health. Eat that what you know is appropriate. And by the way, remember one thing, if you can control internally, if you can control yourself in internal factors, the external ones have no room to affect your life. So take care of your health, exercise regularly, make sure that you take food that is quite essential. Don't overtake the junk at all the time. Once in a while it's okay, but don't make it like order of the day. And I know you may argue from the point of, hey, what if it's the only thing that I can afford? Fine. Again, after 10 taking it, then actually accommodate that, or maybe succeed that with what? Succeed that with an exercise or exercises, so that at least you can keep yourself working. And by the way, I came to realize one thing: the moment you engage yourself into exercising, you are out there, you become active, even your brain, kind of freshen up and all those kind of things. Can you imagine, maybe if you're working in an office, the entire day you've been seated, then you go back home, you've been eating junk, you go back home, you eat another food, there's a lot of carbohydrates, there's a lot of whatever. I don't want to go the nutrients way. There are other beautiful channels here on this YouTube platform, where you can check those. But anyway, the point is, you actually, you just remain like inactive like the entire day. Then you go to sleep, even don't even get a good sleep. But if you can actually wake up early in the morning, do the exercises, or maybe if you're an evening person, do the exercises, that will be the most important thing that you can ever do, so that you can freshen up your mind and people pick it up again the next day. So take care of your what? Take care of your health. The other thing is about your passion. All right. Don't let people violate your passion. Passion is what drives you towards achieving your goals. Okay. That's what you're passionate about. And let me tell you one secret: most of the things that we're usually passionate about is what brings the difference. Because I don't know, it's like we are wired in a way that what we are passionate about is actually what we have the ability or talent towards. I'll repeat my point. Most of those things that usually we are passionate about is mostly the things that we usually have a talent about. Okay, if you're passionate about singing, probably you know how to sing. I don't think it's very hard. I'm not saying it's not possible, it's possible, but it's very hard to find yourself passionate about something that you do not have the ability to achieve it. So do not actually go out there and do anything just to forsake your passion. It's always good to focus on your passion. I know this one might contradict what I said earlier when you're starting a business. Sometimes passion is not the ultimate thing you look when you're starting a business. Yes, you can be passionate about something, but that business you want to start, or an enterprise you want to start, does not resonate with the location where you want to start a business. Okay, so the point is this: at that kind of an occasion, it's good to always adjust yourself. Remember one thing: only fools do not change their mind. It's always good to adjust yourself, so that at least you can do that what is appropriate before not only you but also to your life. Okay, so passionate, do not just do anything to sort of sacrifice your passion for the sake of accommodating people and something of sort. The other thing is about energy. Okay, and I'm gonna go faster so that I finish all this. Energy is actually your energy directed to somewhere where it is adding you value, somewhere at least you are getting something that is of importance to your life and progress to the next level. And the other one is about networking. So be selfish on whom you network with. Make sure that you associate yourself with people who are adding value to your life. All right, and I always tell people, especially once you hit 30 years and above, associate yourself with strategic people, not friends. Not just friends, allow me to say so. Maybe if I say friends, you might scrutinize me. I say associate your people with strategic people. Associate yourself with strategic people. What do I mean? Like, have a doctor at your disposal, have a lawyer at your disposal, have a police officer at your disposal. Yeah, I know maybe watching this from Western world, you're like, have a police officer. Yeah, in Africa, they know what I mean. The other thing is that have somebody who, about spirituality. If you want to grow yourself spiritually or something of sort, then have that individual whom you just have strategic people. Have somebody who knows about finances. So when you associate yourself with all those kind of guys, then everything becomes good. Okay, so at that category of yourself, you say, hey, if you just want a lawyer, I have my guy. There's a guy I can call. Okay, hey, do you need a police officer? Yeah, sure, I can get it. See, I do. So when you associate yourself, actually, you are now on the journey towards winning. The other one is about your personal space. There's something called your personal space. See, personal space is when you actually meditate, when you're actually growing yourself. Maybe you're praying, maybe you're actually focusing on yourself, maybe you're reflecting back to what you've achieved and all those kind of things. Do not violate this personal space for the sake of your friends. For example, let's say you've said, hey, guess what? Each and every weekend, Sunday at the evening from 8 to 9, or maybe say at 4 to whatever the time, then I'll be sitting down, meditate about my week or meditate about my month, meditate about those kind of things. So if you're out there immediately after going to your meditation, then someone calls, hey, where are you? Hey, you're supposed to be out. Hey, we are. So you get the point. So you violate your personal growth for the sake of the friends. Yeah, sometimes we go beyond sacrificing our selfish needs for the sake of helping our friends, which is very good, and I encourage it. But sometimes whenever it means you growing and all those kind of things, it's good to draw boundaries, understand when it is negotiable and when it's not negotiable. That way, you'll be able to have a good relationship with your people. And the last one but not the least, work on your confidence. Have confidence, okay? I came to realize one thing. If you do not have confidence, I'm telling you, even making money is very hard. If you do not have confidence, it is true. By the way, I came to realize one thing. How you talk really matters a lot on how you can actually make money. You know, most of the people who do not have the confidence, do not have the charisma, so it is very hard even to convince people on doing some things. But if you can express yourself, the expression, the confidence, even if you're saying something wrong and you're saying it confidently, guess what? People can understand it. You're totally wrong, but if you can feed you with the right thing and say it confidently the way you are, then you're a very productive individual. All right. So the point is, be confident, trust on yourself, work on it, be selfish about it. That's how I work. People can question you and tell you, hey, you're not supposed to be talking like that. Just be. Remember back when you were in school and then it was lunchtime, the bell has rung, and there is this teacher, you know, in Kenya we used to be, we call it the math teacher, you know, is there trying to squeeze some points, I don't know, the vectors and what have you, and everyone's mind has actually switched off. And there is an individual somewhere asking a question and you feel like, damn, why can't you guys go talk with the teacher and you let us go in? You know that I know those guys used to be hated, but anyway, that's who you are. So it is good to, maybe that's their confidence. Maybe they usually get things when there is that anxiety, when there is that there are people who usually absorb a lot when there is at the tail end of something. That's when they sort of become active in something of that. So it's you who you are, and appreciate who you are. Work on your confidence. Be selfish about it, and be you. Provided don't violate people's rights. Okay, don't actually like hold everyone who wants to go to lunch and you're asking questions. Anyway, that's just an analogy to explain my point. So the point is, have confidence in your life. So anyway, those are just but 10 points that you have to take them with you 2024, so that at least you can be able to be successful and succeed. Remember one thing, that poverty starts in our head before it goes into our pockets, and that's how you're supposed to understand it as we move to the next level. For now, it's a goodbye, but don't forget, my number is always on the description of this specific video, and email as well. So if you'd like to have a talk with me, go shoot me an email or a text. We can have a talk. For now, it's a goodbye, and see you in the next one.